Welcome to Influential Entrepreneurs, bringing you interviews with elite business leaders and experts, sharing tips and strategies for elevating your business to the next level. Here's your host, Mike Saunders.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Influential Entrepreneurs. This is Mike Saunders, the Authority Positioning Coach. Today we have with us Kevin Coffey and Christina Keller with A Brighter Future, and we'll be talking about their More Money for You program. Kevin and Christina, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for having us on, Mike. It's good to be on with you again.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. I'm excited to talk to you because I think that anytime you hear, names of programs or companies, it kind of gives an indication of what you're doing. So who would not want a brighter future? So I love that. And then, of course, who would not want more money? And so I'm excited to learn about what you guys are doing and how you're serving your clients. But get us started first with a little bit of your background and story and what brought you to starting this company.
Well, I grew up in Colorado, Mike. I was born and raised here in the Broomfield and North Glen area. Growing up for me was, relatively great. We were tight on money, but I never really recognized our financial struggles back then.
Mm-hmm.
It's just starting to come to light to me now how great my parents were in shielding me from some of that. So.
Yeah, that's the way it is, isn't it? You get to a certain age and you look back and go, how did they do that?
Yeah. I never noticed it before.
Well, I think also what appealed to Christina was, she knew she struggled financially, so she can relate to the people now that are, struggling financially as well. She can connect to them emotionally. And so can I actually. So as we started developing the company, we said, hey, let's go out and help people. My family, I grew up in North Denver, went to Holy Family High School and elementary school. So I got my knuckles hit by a ruler quite a bit of times. I say bring that back in the school system, but that's a whole nother subject. But
yep.
Anyways, we lost our home. I remember the emotional scars even to this day, and how difficult it was to lose a home that you grew up in for many years and all the memories that were in it. And so it's tough. And I never thought someday, I'd be helping people. So I look back, I wish that my family knew about these options, because instead of walking away with nothing, my mom and dad could have walked away with potentially a lot more money.
Yeah. Well, at this point, let's clarify and quantify, who are you helping to provide a brighter future for?
Well, we came up with this unique program, and this is for people that are typically behind in their mortgage payments or facing foreclosure. Many times these people can't afford to stay in their house because, they've been laid off or they've gotten a divorce, they have health issues, mental issues, possibly drug issues, with the property taxes increasing and the cost of living.
Yeah.
It's tough for a lot of people out there. And so, as I've been helping people with their finances for over 30 years. We said, hey, why not help people with their finances when it comes to, putting money in their pocket and creating a better world for them and a brighter future. And so it happens. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is a very precarious situation that, yes, they are in, but also I'm sure we can find news articles and online stories about people that really are taking advantage of people in that situation. And so you've got to bring that kind of level of ethics to the transaction and really serve them well, right?
Absolutely. So let me tell you kind of what happens is when somebody now these days are falling behind on their mortgage payments or facing foreclosure. They have companies who sell lists to investors, stating that they're either behind in mortgages or having financial problems, and also if they're facing foreclosure. So what happens to the homeowner is not only are they stressed out about life, but now you have predators who knock on their doors, send them letters, and they're saying, hey, we'll buy your house as is. We'll give you $5,000-$10,000 or even less. And because of the situation the homeowner is, which is desperate, they'll take that offer. So we said, instead of just going out and just giving somebody a lump sum. Why don't we just, buy the home? We'll put the fix up costs into it. We'll renovate their home, restoring it to their full potential, and then sell it and split the net profits with the homeowner. That's going to put more money in their
Wow.
pocket. And, and possibly, hopefully, our goal is to create a friend for life and create a better world and a brighter future.
I own a piece of property up in just outside of Fairplay, Colorado, and just about an acre of land, and we've had it for 20 plus years, and I get letters every week. And you know where I'm going with this. It's like, we will buy your land, and here's this offer, and here's this fake check, and we're going to buy your land. And you're like, I don't want to sell it, but if I did want to sell it, I would be confused, like nobody's business, going, who do I don't know what's going on. But now what you're describing is when these people are in this tough situation and you just get bombarded. You can probably fill up a cardboard box full of all the letters and mailers, and who do you trust, and how do you know who is going to have the best interest? And you mentioned about, someone's going, oh, hey, here's $5,000. It's kind of like, here's your $5,000, get out. And you're going, okay, well, you're going to hopefully take care of it. But what if you didn't take care of it? Now my credit is worse off, and you only got this 5,000. So talk a little bit about some of the aspects of what you're providing that help bring that clarity to the homeowner to help them work through that process.
Well, that's a great point. Not only do we put more money in their pocket, which is our main goal, but we're helping them get current on the mortgage payments, which can help their credit. And we also can give them some options on stopping the foreclosure, and which will also help them with their credit. To have a foreclosure on your credit report is a tough thing to swallow. And so we're trying to help them in other ways than just putting more money in their pocket. Making money to me is secondary to helping people. I grew up here in Denver. My reputation means more to me than making money. That's how I built my successful financial planning company, as you know. Which has been around for 30 years now and strong. And we've helped many people and created friends. We're doing the same thing on now this side, is that we're helping people, hopefully creating long-term relationships and friends, making them part of our extended family versus, giving them a couple $1,000s and kicking them to the curb. And, a lot of these companies are big corporations. They don't care whether they stay in contact with the homeowner. And, another thing we do is we help them get into another house, because that's another fear. Like I think Christina brought up is, a lot of the homeowners we talk to.
Yeah, a lot of times we see people that they don't know where the money's going to come from for them to relocate or maybe pay for moving costs or, simple things like that. So we will upfront money so they can get situated and feel comfortable on their next adventure.
Yeah, I think that's
because a lot of times it's like first and last month rent, even if it's a rental situation, where's that going to come from? And just that, I think that we all as humans, it might be a single mom, it might be the dad, it might, whatever the family situation is, you want to take care of that family. And if there's kids involved, where are we going to go? And how are we going to get that first and last month? Or are we going to stay in town or leave? I think that what I'm hearing you guys say is we're going to help you through all of those steps. And sometimes these companies sending you the letters aren't taking that personal touch to go, okay, let's fix the money thing and the credit thing. But beyond that, there's all these other emotional things that play into the situation they're in, right?
Absolutely. Looking back, the emotional scar of losing a house, you lose hope. You don't even think you have a brighter future. But what we love doing is mostly supporting our homeowners and saying, hey, there is a brighter future. Close this chapter and rewrite a new one. You can't change the past. You can change the future. And so that's a mindset that's hard for people that are going through this type of situation. But that's another thing, is emotional support. I think is very important. Don't you, Christina?
Yeah, I definitely think it is. Sometimes just small acts like listening or lending a helping hand can make a big difference to people who are, overcoming tough times.
I really love the fact that as a team, you guys bring like the mama bear approach and then the daddy bear approach. And, so it's not just like some dude going, here's how you can get through the process. You guys come together as a team to really provide that care and empathy and concern. And I think the biggest thing I'm hearing so far is you're caring, but then you're also educating. So it's not like smoke and mirrors to go, oh, we care, we care. It's let me show you what situation you're in. Let me teach you the next step, and here's what we're going to do, and here's how you're going to fix this. I think that educational piece is just so critical, because otherwise people feel like they just got all confused, and now they're out, and yeah, they're in a new place, but what just happened? And then maybe even when the dust settles, we find out, oh, well, that's kind of wasn't a good move because my credit's worse off or whatever.
Yeah, so true. So true.
So what are you finding through your research and working with people? What are you finding some of those kind of emotional kind of aspects are, other than once they start getting the process laid out in the blueprint? What are you finding that some of that peace of mind is coming in?
Well, the peace of mind is knowing that a lot of these homeowners are walking away with, possibly 10, 20, 30, 40, maybe even $50,000 more than just selling their house as is. And that emotionally right there, taking away the financial emotional stress is very helpful, because now many times if we can get enough money, they can actually talk somebody into doing an owner carry and actually get into another house right away.
Wow.
That's one of our main goals, is that, let's not rent. If we can get you enough money in your pocket to go buy another property and have the owner finance it, which we've done many times, and myself I've done. That's a home run. So I mean, just giving them hope, showing them that there is a brighter future, because there is. It was tough looking back, Mike. I just, I lost all hope. You start hanging around the wrong people, you start doing the wrong things. I eventually found a mentor who changed my life, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be that mentor that can possibly change somebody's life forever. I know it sounds like
Yeah.
a big goal, but that's what we live for, man. That's what I do, and I'm passionate about, even on the financial planning side.
When you said peace of mind and losing hope and providing a brighter future, the word dignity comes to my mind. So like when someone's going through this situation, they probably just feel like, yeah, all hope is lost, but they take a chunk out of their dignity. And it's like, how do you reclaim that? But if you can help them put these pieces back together, then when they're telling their friends and family and colleagues and whatever of what's going on, it doesn't feel as bad, because it's like, oh yeah, we're out of this situation, but we now are pop, moving into this next one. So dignity, I feel like, ties into that emotional aspect that you were just talking about.
It does. Bad things happen to good people. Unforeseen things that you never would expect. It happens. Life happens. And Christina just brought up to me a couple of things we wanted to emphasize. And so,
Yeah. So basically, Kevin does all the work and invests all the money, and we don't have to do anything, Mike. It's the best part.
yeah, that's kind of how it's worked over the many years we've been together. That's for sure.
No, so in other words, we'll help people fix up their properties, sell it, which will free them to move on, find a new home, and embrace a brighter future.
Yeah, that's huge. Here's something that I want to go back to, and we'll kind of wrap up with this thought. You said that when people get into a tough spot, and then here come the letters and the phone calls and the whatever, and you don't know who to trust. I would venture to say that you would make this recommendation. Don't just trust a flyer. Some letter that comes in the mail saying, oh, I can do this. Don't just trust that. What should they do? So what should that process be to help? What should someone be going through to help them quantify making the right decision? And how should they find someone that they can trust?
Well, that's a great question. Google, you can find a lot. People Google either one of our names, they'll find out that, we've done nothing in our futures but help people. I think Google's a great thing, but also we put everything in writing. If the company's not willing to put it in writing, then run. Everything we do, we're transparent on, we put it in writing. So the homeowner knows exactly what to expect.
And I think that sometimes people also, when you reach out and maybe start communicating with someone that maybe nothing wrong with flyer or mailer, but don't just go sight unseen and go, and yes, I'll take your offer, but talk to them. and maybe possibly, and maybe I'm wrong here, but maybe calling a 1-800 number and you're in whatever other state, that might not be the best move, in the sense that here's a couple people that are hometown, from the area, and why don't you talk to them? Why don't you jump on a Zoom where you can see a human face and wave and smile and go, here's the next step? Is that something that would be helpful for people in this situation as well?
Absolutely. They can come in, meet with us in person. We can do a Zoom. We can, talk by phone, whatever their comfort level is. But like you said, we're natives of Colorado. We're here and we're going to stay here. So they know they're dealing with people that are going to put their interests before ours. I mean, that's something we've always done.
Excellent. Well, guys, it's been so great learning about what you're doing and the motivation behind why you're doing it and helping and serving. Any final thoughts, Kevin, Christina?
I think you've nailed it. I think we hit everything that, we're about, helping people in difficult times. I think that summarizes it and giving them a brighter future, hence the name of the company.
Well, if someone wants to reach out and connect with you, learn more, and maybe see what some options are, what's the best way that they can do that?
They can reach out to us by email, which is youroptions89@gmail.com. We also have a website, a brighter-future.com. That's the middle hyphen. And they can always call us by phone. We have a 720-779-5350.
A nice local number. Excellent. So thank you guys for coming on. It's been a real pleasure talking with you. Have a great day.
Hey, thanks, Mike.
You've been listening to Influential Entrepreneurs with Mike Saunders. To learn more about the resources mentioned on today's show or listen to past episodes, visit www.influentialentrepreneursradio.com.